um, informative, things that we need to do that sometimes we don't want to do, but it is important for us to, do well, be better. And so, in order to do that, the body requires a certain amount of cleaning. And so, the questions that I'm getting now, that the season is changing, people are doing, uh, excuse me, spring cleaning for their houses. And so, and that's very beneficial for you. So if you're somebody who is a spring cleaner, know that being a spring person who does spring cleaning is beneficial to your health as well. So go ahead and spring clean those houses and get your houses ready for the season. But as you are spring cleaning your house, spring cleaning your body is very important as well. And so the question that I've gotten a lot over this past couple of weeks is colon cleanse beneficial? Do I need it? Why do I need it? What's the benefits of it? And what kind? There's so many different kinds. And are they safe? Are they safe? And how do they cleanse right away? So a colon cleanse has been used throughout history, all the way back to the 1500s. So it's not a new process, but people are definitely using it as a way to detoxify. So the colon itself is a way that clears the colon, and it's a part of the body's natural detoxification process, along with urination. And so when you think about that, colon cleanse can help with that detoxification. It can restore the digestive health, improve your overall quality of life. This cleansing through water, again, is something that's called a colon lavage, and it's been practiced since the early 1500s BCE. And so the purpose is really to flush out any built up waste stored by rehydrating the old stool that has become impacted. And most colon cleansers, they use water to infiltrate that hardened stool and loosen it up so it can be passed more easily. And so the ultimate goal, whether it's an enema type or colonic type, is really to help the digestive organs to do their best job possible. Because sometimes managing things that get in the way can interfere with normal bowel function. So if you have impacted stool or a stool that's just sitting, it's in the way. And so more stuff can pile up and pile up, and then you don't have the best elimination. So colon cleanses aren't necessarily needed by every person. It just depends. Some people can truly benefit from it, um, from the eliminating of the waste, the bacterial matter, and the toxic material that's stored in your bodies. So if you can benefit for it. Well, the colon is the home of billions of microflora and bacteria, right? That actually make up about 70% of the dry weight of the fecal matter. So besides forming the stool, the various beneficial bacteria or organisms, they live in the colon and the digestive tract too. And so they are responsible for proper nutrient absorption, maintaining pH balance in the body, controlling hunger, and counteracting potentially dangerous bacteria. And so that is why it's very important to have a well functioning colon. So it's because it's so important to your overall well being. When Vaughn was sick with the cancer, we did 5 coffee enemas per day, every day. And it was so important to do the coffee enemas because the colon is the center of where disease starts. And so, in order to keep the body clear when you're going through that, The suggestion for the Gerson therapy that we were using was 5 coffee enemas a day, and we did them every single day. We did not miss them. We called them coffee breaks, but he wasn't drinking coffee. Coffee was going the other way. So the question is, are colon cleanses necessary? While the digestive system has its own process of removing weight, a lot of people struggle with having regular, complete bowel movements due to a lot of reasons, like poor gut health, allergies, consumption of chemicals, and inflammation with the digestive system. Irritable bowel syndrome is estimated to affect about 15 to 20% of the adult population worldwide. Chronic constipation is one of the most common gastrointestinal problems in the world. About 42 million people in the US alone. These problems are common among people with poor diets, women during pregnancy, older adults, and people recovering from surgery or taking certain medications. If you're not having at least one bowel movement every day, this makes you a good candidate for a colon cleanse. And usually when you eat food, you should have to have a bowel movement. I remember this one lady, I watched a thing that she did, and she said you should have one train going in and one train going out. So one train going in and one train going out. So more than one, but at least one per day. If not one per day, you may want to consider a colon cleanse. And so a lot of health problems stem from poor digestion. For example, stomach pains, abdominal cramps, chronic fatigue, constipation, low energy, headaches, and allergic reactions can all be traced back to problems with waste elimination. Impacted bowel can easily cause sluggishness, irritation and irritability, low energy, brain fog. That's a good one. Like you sometimes you feel like you're in a bubble and you don't know why. It could be because you haven't had a proper bowel movement. And so even changes in your appetite, unreleased food and waste particles can cause mucus and bacteria to ferment and form in the colon, and that results in toxins being released back into your bloodstream, and that's where they're all circulated. And so failing to have this regular bowel movement also poses risk for problems absorbing nutrients properly and lead to this low energy and other complications. So the question, yes, herbal, this eating the same thing every day. Yes, that's true. That's true. But people don't want to eat the same things every day. That's not cultural. People just got to eat a bunch of stuff, and a lot of the things that people eat is dead. And so my saying is always, you can't cure a living body with dead food. And so it's very important to eat live, living, whole food, plant-based foods. Not to say that you can't have any meat. However, you should limit your meat consumption. And so how does these colon cleanses work? So the colon is the longest part of the intestine, which is attached to the small intestine at one end and the anus at the other end. And so the role of the colon is to eliminate the stool from the body that's made up of a combination of bacteria, water, unused nutrients, unneeded electrolytes, and digestive food. And so there's many different methods of performing a colon cleanse, which sometimes go under the name of colonic irrigation, colon therapy, or colonic hydrotherapy. You can also effectively flush the colon doing things like a juice fast, salt water flush, or performing an enema. Colon cleanses are split into two main categories. One type requires a professional perform the cleanse, while other involves using a solution or supplement at home. And one of the most common reasons that people would use a colonic done by a professional is because you may be preparing for surgery or medical procedures such as a colonoscopy. And that requires the colon to be completely clear of all accumulated waste in order for them to get a good picture. On the other hand, cleansing is commonly done at home using enema, laxatives, or herbal supplements like senna to relieve constipation, bloating, and other digestive symptoms. Many of these colon cleanses work simply by inserting a tube into the rectum, followed by large amounts of water, which makes its way through the colon. The water carries out any of the matter that might be dry or lodged in place, right? And the water carries out the matter that might be stuck. And so the exact amount of water or other type of liquid that's used depends on the specific type of colon cleansing method. Colonics, for example, can use up to 16 gallons of water at one time. No, radiation does not. It depends on the person, but radiation is not a cure at all. It is a something that is used traditionally in medicine, but not always a cure. So what are the benefits of a colon cleanse? While there's plenty of evidence, evidence about the benefits, but considering a colon cleanse have been done since ancient Greek times, according to the American Journal of Gastroenterology. There's not a lot of studies that prove benefits of a cleanse, but we know from the fact that it's done very non-traditionally that there's a lot of benefits to it. Many people, millions of people have found over the years relief from doing the cleanses when done safely and correctly. They don't pose many risks. For people who haven't found relief from things like laxatives and prescriptions, a colon cleanse can finally help bring about regular bowel movements and decrease symptoms. Studies also show that bowel movements are important to removing bacteria, heavy metal, eliminating excess fatty acids from the body. A colon cleanse can also impact the nervous system positively. So it's very important to, make sure that your colon is being cleansed on a regular basis. So that's right, your poop can affect your mood. That's because nerves in the bowel communicate with the brain and affect the chemical signals that are sent via the entire central nervous system throughout the body. So a well-functioning colon, therefore, is very important for hormonal balance, appetite control, sleep, and mental processing. So it's very important to make sure that your colon is working properly. And certain enemas might also be able to help the body absorb nutrients better. So when doing a colon cleanse using coffee, we talked about that for the cancer. When using colon cleanses, using coffee, for example, antioxidants and caffeine travel through the hemorrhoidal vein to the liver. And so together open up blood vessels, improve circulation, relax smooth muscles that control bowel movements, and increase production of bile that's needed for proper digestion and excretion. And so it's so important. And that was one of the things that we learned when doing the coffee enemas. When you do a coffee enema, it is a raw coffee and water concoction that is so you heat it first, and then when it cools off, you use it. And when you use it, you hold it in the body. You use the enema bucket to release the coffee into the colon. And once the coffee is released, you hold it for 15 minutes. While you're holding this liquid for 15 minutes, what is happening is this caffeine and other ingredients of the coffee is causing the liver to create more bile that allows the body to clean more toxins out at the same time. And it also during that time, the blood is going through the body. The blood goes through the body every 3 minutes. So through the liver every 3 minutes. So your full bloodstream goes through the liver every 3 minutes, getting clean. So while you're doing that coffee enema, the blood actually gets clean 5 times while you're doing the coffee enema. So there's so many benefits of doing this. It really gives your body a jump start on releasing the waste stuff that sometimes builds up, and so the question then becomes, what's the benefits between using a colonic versus an enema? They both have similar benefits, but the colonic is done by a professional. It's not something that you would do at home. And sometimes there is a higher cost involved in colonics as well, because you're getting it done by a professional. Enemas can be performed at home. They're inexpensive kits that can be bought at the drugstore and Amazon. Amazon is my favorite. They got everything in it to come to your house. You ain't got to go get it. It's milder too for doing the enema at home. And so you literally take your enema bucket or whatever it is you're using, you release the solution into the rectum, you lay down on your left side, and then allow it to do what it does. And so it's some benefits to being able to do it at home because it's a little bit cheaper. So again, colon cleanses and colonics can take anywhere from 20 to 90 minutes, depending on what kind you decide to try. Some people react more quickly and experience better results than others, but keep in mind, colon cleanses might become more effective and easier the more you do them. It might be difficult at first to insert so much liquid and hold it in, but you'll find that they're beneficial as you learn how to do them properly with practice. Practice makes better. Not perfect, but better. So there's different kinds. Again, it helps to just do a little bit of background on how the different types work and affect your digestive system. And, keep in mind that water isn't the only substance that's used during colon cleanses. There are saline formulas, there's herbs, acidic solutions are also used to flush waste. So the basics are this. Again, colonics have been performed for over 100 years and are done by hygienists or colon hydrotherapists. These treatments are sometimes called colon irrigations and are normally done at a treatment center outside your home. Colonics use a high quantity of water to flush the colon. They usually require the most water of all colon cleanses. For example, about the same amount you would use to perform about 12 enemas. Of all colon cleanses, they are thought to be one of the most productive and thorough since they target the entire colon. The drawback is that they're performed by a professional outside the home, can take 1 to 2 hours in total for each session, and they can become costly because each session can cost $50 or more. And so there's several types of ones that are available, including those that use gravity, pressurized machines. A gravity colonic is the most basic and uses water, enters the colon and uses the force of gravity as opposed to a machine. Gravity colonics are done by controlling an outflow of the water into the rectum while massaging the abdomen or stomach to break up the stool and encourage the muscles to relax and release the waste. And when it's done, you kind of lay flat on the table and the professional inserts a lubricated speculum into the colon, attaches the tubes that release the water in and out. And sometimes they'll leave you, alone to do it. And yeah, so that's how that's done. And I know people who get them done on a regular basis. My only caution when it comes to doing colonics with that amount of water is sometimes it will offset the good bacteria in your colon. So you want to just take some good probiotics after it's done to get that good flora built up in there. So yeah. And so compared to colonics, which are done at the clinic under the supervision of a professional, enemas can be done at home and in private. Yes, there's also the pressurized colonics, which are different than gravity, because this one is controlled. The flow is controlled by a machine, which makes them a little less gentle. So they're a little bit more harder. But enemas can be done at home in private. And a lot of people find that more attractive to do because they can do it by themselves at home. They're also inexpensive, and kits can be bought at any drugstore or on Amazon. Enemas work by cleansing the colon with liquid, usually water, which helps out accumulated waste. Compared to colonics, they're much milder and target a specific region of the colon, the left side or descending colon, as opposed to the whole colon. It's easiest and most common to perform an enema with water, but you can also do it using saline solution, apple cider vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, or even coffee. But you want to make sure that you have an appropriate recipe for that. Don't just bust out and try to make it yourself. And when you do it, you simply insert a pointed tip into your own colon, control the release of the liquid, lay down and wait until you have an urge to use the bathroom, which might happen several times over the course of 2 hours. There's also hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is the term, the use of water to treat a disease or maintain health. The idea beyond hydrotherapy is that water itself has healing abilities, and when combined with other substances like coffee or salt, it also supplies essential nutrients like various antioxidants or trace minerals. So the use of hydrotherapy to cleanse the colon basically is the same as the enema or colonic. The water just helps to expel the waste, can relieve constipation, improve energy levels, treat dehydration, and sometimes provide important minerals safely. And that's true. I remember reading in a book regarding the Gerson therapy, there was a man who was very sick with cancer, and his wife wanted to make sure that he got the nutrients that he needed. And, in the Gerson therapy, it is a series of juices. And when she was unable to get him to drink the juice, she used his colon to give him the juice and just allowed him to hold the juice until the juice was absorbed into the body. And this man was able to get better because his wife had the wherewithal to do that. And so absolutely, you can do that. The other questions, are colon cleansers safe? Most of the practitioners in the United Kingdom, over 5,600 of them they do over 5,600 colon irrigations each month, and no serious side effects have been reported. Naturally, cleaning the colon with water is safe for most people, but it's not for everyone. If you're pregnant, have active hemorrhoids, suffer from kidney disease, or are dehydrated, it's possible for colon cleanses to cause side effects like weakness or dizziness, cramping, bloated stomach, nausea, or vomiting. When it's done too often, it can lead to electrolyte imbalance, and making the rectum very susceptible to tears and bleeding. So it's very crucial to use sanitary equipment in order to reduce the risk for bacteria transfer or impossible infection. And so you don't want to do these all the time. You definitely want to, if you have a disease or if you're pregnant, you want to check with your doctor first before you do any of these. And so you can do them. If you're going to do them yourself, you don't want to do it more than once a week. If you're having like constipation or something and you're really trying to do it again, you want to just check with your doctor if you want to do them more often than that. Remember, Vaughn was under care of a naturopathic doctor when we did those coffee enemas, but we did them 5 a day because he was suffering from cancer. And so you want to make sure that when you are deciding what to do, you want to talk to your doctor. Always get your doctor's opinion if you have irritable bowel syndrome or Crohn's disease, diverticulitis, or ulcerative colitis too. And remember, it's always good to take the probiotic supplement after the colon cleanse to repopulate your gut with the healthy bacteria. And make sure you are drinking plenty of water and consume foods that supply electrolytes like vegetables and fruit and coconut water. This will help prevent the kidney and the liver or heart problems, which can develop when you fall short in water. Salt or electrolytes like magnesium and potassium are very important, for example. So when it comes to using laxatives or herbs for cleansing the colon, some are safer than others. You can try natural laxatives such as herbal supplements like aloe vera, collagen protein, magnesium, psyllium husk are all good ideas. These tend to give a gentle, gentler movement versus some of the over-the-counter laxatives. They nourish the digestive tract and help to produce regular bowel movements. So always monitor your reactions and check for signals of dehydration, like muscle weakness, dizziness, excessive thirst, even when using natural supplements. And so you should be making sure that you are hydrated anyway. By the time you are thirsty, when you're feeling thirst, you're already dehydrated at that moment. And so that means you're just not drinking enough water. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And so you want to bear in mind that the single best way to detox and cleanse the colon is by removing harmful substances in it first, by eating nutrient-dense, real food. Packaged foods, fast foods, processed snacks, and artificial ingredients, high fructose corn syrup, hydrogenated oils, dangerous food dyes, fake seasonings, MSG, and preservatives all make it harder for the digestive system to work properly and raise inflammation in the colon. The kinds of foods you want to eat for optimal colon health includes fermented food that contains probiotics, sauerkraut, kefir, kombucha, yogurt for those people who eat dairy. If you don't eat dairy, then you can skip that. High fiber foods like seeds, leafy greens, other fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, especially berries or apples and pears, which all contain pectin fiber, which is good for you. Bone broths, that's been really popular lately. People make bone broths and drink them. There's also a bunch of things over in the marketplace that you can add. Healthy fats like coconut and extra virgin olive oil, plus avocados are very high in electrolytes and fiber. Vegetable-based soups, smoothies, and salads are high in fiber too, and water, plus they're very easy to digest. So if you're having a colonic done, it should always be done under supervision of a qualified professional who's licensed and trained. It's important to follow directions and instructions carefully to ensure all equipment is sanitary. Colonics aren't usually recommended for pregnant women or children or people with kidney problems or bad hemorrhoids. What you should expect: this type of colon cleanse shouldn't cause pain or feel overly uncomfortable because the practitioner will likely use lubricant to help insert the device into the rectum. Likely you may feel some pressure during the process and need several hours to feel back to normal once it's done. If you're going to use an enema, whether it's a coffee enema or apple cider or vinegar or another formula, you need to first purchase the kit, which comes with the insert and some kind of bag or bucket to hold the liquid. That the part that you insert into the rectum is attached to a clamp that controls the release of whichever kind of liquid you use from the bag or a bucket. If you're willing to spend a little bit more money, you get a better quality product that has a clasp, which is more capable of stopping and starting the release of the liquid. If you plan to perform enemas somewhat regularly, You can purchase a reusable kit instead of a one-time bottle. Some find that buying the enema kit that includes the bucket is a bit easier to use, since a bag requires that you hang it from somewhere elevated, such as a towel rack in your bathroom. Many people find that buckets are easier to clean than bags, although kits with buckets can cost a bit more, anywhere from $10 to $60, depending on the kind. I think I found them on Amazon about $15 for the enema bucket. Hold on, somebody's calling me. Okay, there we go. Stainless steel buckets are preferred over plastic buckets or bags, since they are sanitary and can be reused. But a bag is good, inexpensive option if you plan to throw it away after performing the enema, or if you are traveling. And so once you have the material sanitized, gathered, and you're prepared to follow the step-by-step. So prepare your liquid, whether it's coffee or pre-made solution or filtered water. Filtered water is highly recommended, a little warmer than room temperature. Choose a location that's comfortable, where you can lie down for 15 minutes. The bathroom is a popular choice, since it's easier to be close to the toilet. Keep extra towels and cleaning products on hand to clean up if need be. Take your enema kit, place a bucket or a bag at least 1 meter or 12 inches above the ground, so it has the force of gravity to push out the liquid. Pour the liquid into your bucket, hold the tube and nozzle shut, locate the lever and use it. You can use a lubricant like coconut oil for the enema nozzle. Lay down in the fetal position on your right side, and then go for it. So the ultimate goal of a colon cleanse, whether it's an enema or a colonic, is really to help the digestive organs to do their jobs the best way possible, managing the things that get in the way or interfere with normal bowel functions. And it's a lot of things that do that, especially with poor diet. So if you're not having at least one bowel movement each and every day, this makes you a good candidate for a colon cleanse. It's well known that a variety of health problems stem from poor digestive health. You know, the stomach pains, abdominal cramps, fatigue, constipation, low energy, headaches, allergic reactions can all be traced back to partial problems with elimination. And so there's many methods for performing it. And so, you know, colonic irrigation, colon therapy, colonic hydrotherapy, and you can also do the juice fast, saltwater flush, performing your own enema. And colon cleanses are split into two categories: the ones that professionals perform, or the ones that you can do with some kind of solution at home. So colonics are definitely thought to be one of the most productive, thorough colon cleanses, since they target the entire colon. Enemas work by cleansing the colon with liquid, usually water, but can also be added to apple cider vinegar, coffee, or other salt solutions to help. Enemas at home are milder and target a specific region of the colon versus the entire colon. They may do just the left side of the descending colon, as opposed to the entire colon that's targeted in a colonic. So the idea is just really to get your colon clear and cleanse, especially if you are somebody who is having not regular bowel movements, skipping days. People who say to me things like, oh yeah, I go once a week. But you don't eat once a week. You eat every day, all day. So it's so important to make sure that you are eliminating at least one time a day. So if you are interested in some of the, I have a recipe here. This is, let's see, let me see which one this is. This This is a homemade colon cleanse that can help flush out some of the toxins in your body, contributing to discomfort, give you natural relief for constipation, and it is a safe and effective recipe. It is a half a cup of 100% pure organic apple juice, 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of ginger juice, a half teaspoon of sea salt, and a half cup of warm purified water. And so you simply start with a tall glass and a spoon. Place 3 to 5 ounces of the purified water in a pan. You want to warm the water but not boil it, so that you can drink the water at a safe temperature. Once it's warm, pour it in a glass, then add the sea salt and stir. Add the apple juice, ginger juice, fresh lemon juice, and stir. Drink this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Then have the mixture again just before lunch, and again mid-afternoon. Usually a 1-day cleanse is sufficient to clean your colon. So that's one recipe to try for you. So yeah, colons are important, and they must be cleaned the same way that we do spring cleaning at home. You want to do a little spring cleaning on your body, and this will allow you to do that. Again, they sell these things on Amazon. There are some juices that are already prepared that you can drink yourself. Make yourself that. Some of them come already prepared in the supermarket. You can do all kinds of blends. So if you're interested in doing something like that and want more information, by all means, reach out. I will give you the lay of the land as to what is important. So it's can I repeat the recipe? Yes, I can. Hold on, let me go get it. This is a colon juice that you actually drink, and so it is a half cup of 100% pure organic apple juice, 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of ginger juice, half teaspoon of sea salt, half a cup of warm purified water. Some people use distilled water too. And so you're going to start with a tall glass and a spoon. Place 3.5 ounces, 3.5 ounces of the purified water in a pan. You want to warm the water but not boil it, so that you can drink it at a safe temperature. Once it's warm, pour it in a glass. Then add, and don't warm your water in the microwave. Don't do that. We're not microwaving our water and changing the healthiness of our water. That's why you're going to put it in a pot on the stove. You got that? No microwave in the water. Okay. Once it's poured into a glass, then add the sea salt and stir. Add the apple juice, the ginger juice, and the fresh lemon juice and stir. And then you drink this first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Then have it again just before a light lunch, and then again mid-afternoon. And that will usually take 1 day to cleanse your colon, and that should be sufficient for you. So yeah, good stuff, right? Got to keep these colons clean. We got to live a long time. You know, colons are the center of disease, and that is why the colon is very much paid close attention to in the Gerson therapy that is mainly used for cancer treatment. And so in that treatment, you will have your colon cleansed 5 times a day, because the goal is for none of the food that you eat to sit in your stomach. And so, yeah, it's what Sharon say, glad I shared something that what? You guys are hilarious. What you say, Sharon? I missed part of it. But it's important to keep the colon clear. What you saying? What you saying?
I'm sorry, I wasn't there. I just I'm glad you shared something I could drink because other kind of stuff I ain't.
Hey, Ishmael. Yes. So you can cleanse your colon by drinking. You can also, there's certain supplements you can take, like psyllium husk, that you take by mouth, that you can take as opposed to doing an enema. Some people just prefer to go right to the root of the problem, because we could take care of it from the rooter to the tutter.
Wait a minute. First and foremost, y'all better give up some 8, some 9, some 0. I don't care if you enjoy what Darlaina on, or even see it as being very important. Give me a 9 in the room. Just chat. Just put a 9 if you can really appreciate what she shared today, right? First and foremost, Darlaina, me and you had actually met a while ago.
Yes.
And during that time, your husband had been going through cancer.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all know Darlaina's story, but it is quite interesting, because sometimes we just forget about some stuff. But she was telling me, listen. And sometimes we hear when we don't hear this thing. How many of us, I am now, 57 years of age. Me. I was married for 23 years. When it comes down to our stools, our urines, things like this, we do not have conversation. That is not a conversation. Now, how many of y'all had that red bag? It was called the hot water bottle. You saw it, but you don't see these things. Now, I'm grown, and you don't see these things no more, right? Nope. How many of y'all know somebody who has already died from cancer? How many of y'all know somebody who is going through some type of ailment, myself included?
Yes.
When she said, when you're supposed to go to the bathroom, at least everything that goes in you should come out of you. And you already know it ain't coming out of you the way you just said it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, see, a lot of us think we got it. Mm-hmm. We don't, guys. And then Darlaina said she did this for her ex. Not the hubby, but her ex-hubby.
Yes.
And she had to give him an enema. Okay, first of all, y'all gonna get this damn thing correct. And she laughing. But
it wasn't funny then.
So glad that even the Colonic I'm a doctor of fact tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask that heifer why I didn't get one, because maybe I didn't say nothing to her. Like when they asked us about these things, anything okay? Everything okay? And like right now, we don't say nothing.
You say, oh, everything's fine. And then in the back of your mind saying, tell him what's wrong. And you just be like,
talk about
you know, this be like, this, I'm fine.
God.
I'm fine.
How you doing? Oh, everything's good. I felt my testicle, and there's a little teeny ball in it right now. But I ain't gonna tell her that, because you don't want your doctor to touch your ding-a-ling. You know, I'm just talking to the brothers now. I'm just saying this,
exactly.
Right? Can you check this left test? No, we ain't gonna do none of that.
Mm-mm.
But then when you find out you got a tumor that was a little pimple, and you knew it was abnormal, we don't talk about these things. Thank you.
Yep.
Darlaina.
So welcome.
And again,
thank you.
Man, y'all don't even understand. We out here walking and stuff like that. The water and that lemon. Hello, somebody. Hey, Donaldson. I'm going to tell you, if nobody listen to Darlaina, I know Donaldson and myself, we be on it.
I know.
His water bottle.
He sent me his pictures and all of that. Listen, I'm definitely like as my magazine is coming out, I'm definitely going to add those testimonials and all of the things that you guys have said over the years. Like even the digital, the magazine is going to be digital and print. The digital will allow me to have audio and video, and so I'm going to put the testimonials that you send me, the audio ones that you send me, the pictures that you guys send me, they will end up in my magazine. And so I'm really excited to be able to bring this, because this will allow me to share even more knowledge, more worldwide, and people can subscribe to the magazine. It's only $35 for a year to get 12 magazines sent to you digitally. Every month on the 15th, you'll get a new Darlaina Rose magazine featuring men and women, offering the latest health news and trends that I share here. So yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, what she say? Oprah ain't got nothing on Darlaina Rose. Y'all give it up for Darlaina. We gotta get out of here. It is now 10:01. But
yes.
I gotta go.
Thank you so much,
Darlaina, for showing up again in yellow, and you look wonderful as well.
Thank you,
guys. I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Take control over your life, because if you don't,
yes, the doctors
you
will.
Don't want nobody putting no damn enema up your mom's ass every day.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much. Hey,
in the park.
Hey Kendra, how are you? I hope that you are well and swell. Thank you guys for watching another installment of Wellbeing Wednesdays. So absolutely subscribe to my magazine. The link will be in somewhere, the bio, somewhere around here. You'll be able to subscribe. I'm so excited for it. So absolutely look out for it. And if you're somebody who is looking to be featured, to advertise, all that kind of good stuff, by all means, inbox me and let me know. Thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye for now.